Hi, it's Dorothy Guilty, and it's June 1st. And of course, what that means is that it's time for the postcard collage challenge that Lori Padilla of Piles of Paragraphs on YouTube and I are doing. And what we've done is we selected themes for each month. So June's theme is favorite places. Now, of course, one of my favorite places is my craft room, and so that is just automatically included in this because here I am. Now, the other thing I did, like I do way too often, is I started this postcard and I wasn't filming. So, there it is real quick, and we'll go back to start again. So, I love the ocean. It's one of my favorite places, and I particularly love lighthouses. So I also love waterfalls. So those are a couple of themes I'm working with. So I have a couple of postcards of lighthouses. Please. This is in Quebec, and this is Gibbs Hill Lighthouse is someplace in Canada. So these are just part of my collection. They're not necessarily a place I've been to. But, when you have a lighthouse, they're not all on the ocean, of course. Some of them are on, like some of the major lakes, like the Great Lakes in the U.S. have lighthouses on them, which I think is really fun for some reason. But when you have when you're at the ocean, part of the theme of that whole thing, besides the lighthouse itself, of course, is the ocean, what you can find. So I have a bunch of different stamps here that might work. And these stamps, these are new stamps. These are from a visit to Norway. Now, this blue across here on the fish kind of matches here. The green doesn't, so the question is whether the overall coloring is going to match. This blue does not match. What do we have here? It actually kind of matches down here, doesn't it? And also, we can use some vintage images or things. Now, I have spent a lot of time on the West Coast, California, and even on up into Washington. And so the dolphins, seeing the dolphins and then seeing the seals and the sea lions and stuff that collect around the coast, they're just so much fun to watch. So I think that what I'm planning on doing is decorating this with some pictures that are like ocean related. I also have things like shells, stamps. Now these kind of go with the red on the roofs of the lighthouse. This color does, so that's kind of nice. And then I have places where these were a napkin that's glued onto fabric. These colors do not go with this. What about this little piece of coral with the fish in it? How does that look? Not so good, so we won't use that one either. I have this, it's a little bird, and it's in a foreign language, so I don't know what it is. Somebody sent this to me, but stamped on fabric, which I like a lot. So with this bottlenose dolphin, if I can refrain from tearing it anymore, I'm going to tear across the bottom. Now, when I have something like this that maybe I want to add, and in this case, I'm highlighting the lighthouse. This picture of the dolphin was taken in Hawaii, in Oahu. Let me see if I can tear this off in a way that I keep the whole dolphin. There we go. Okay. Don't always tear off words. I don't know for sure why I'm here. Now, if I want something to fit, to nestle up against the corner, a straight corner of a card like on a postcard, one of the things I sometimes do is fold the paper along the edges where I want to glue it. So now, you know, I can glue this dolphin here. Almost looks like he's checking out the lighthouse, doesn't it? So, and then I'm going to take and glue. I can see, because of where the folds are, how to get my glue right up to the edge. And then I may decide to tear this a little more here. Now when I do this, I'm going to nestle this up against the corner where my folds are. I'm gonna, in this case, tear this off a little bit. Okay, and then to get this corner off, you can always cut along the edge, but one of the things that I like to do, especially when I've folded it, is just take some regular old sandpaper and sand along the edges of it, okay? And then it'll fold off, or you can keep on sanding until it just comes off, okay? Now what I want to do here is I want to add some more things. So I'm putting some stamps and things on this right hand part of this. I think I'll use this stamp. It's not quite as obscured. Okay. And then I also have like some, where did my washi tape go? Oh, so this is washi tape. I have this cool old-fashioned sailing ship, and I thought that that would be really fun to put on here. If I can. Let's see if I can open this up. Okay, so this is vintage pictures and some vintage words and things here. Vintage images. Okay, and I want to tear it along here. Okay, and I just think because the lighthouses protected the ships along the coast, having this cool ship here is kind of fun. This is not a real stamp, it's a picture of a stamp. And we have, I think we're gonna just go with this shell. Maybe we'll put it here. Here. I kind of like that. This blue matches the, or blends with the sky well, I think. We've got this over here. Now what can we put right over on this side? Okay, I am going to tear the stamp. Nothing says you have to use it. So we'll put that there with a cute little dolphin in it, Canada Postal, and then we'll glue this here and then this over it. And then we're just not completely encircling the lighthouse, but I hope enhancing it, okay? I am going to take my ink, which is supposed to be right here. I've been having a lot of fun with my sister. We've been playing some shopping, some sorting. She and I each give each other things we find. We went to, a couple days ago, to a yard sale and found a gorgeous wedding dress. We have, both of us have some vintage paper, so we went through and shared it. So we have a lot of fun doing that. Okay, this one will go here. I'm not putting it all the way up to the very top because I'm going to sand off the top of that and get it off. And then you'll notice when I'm doing this, I like to have the edges like in different places, kind of exaggerated, overlapping, but not where the corners all meet up. The overlapping, I think, is fun. Dorothy Ann, don't get glue. Fabri-Tac will rub off. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to just take the sandpaper and go along here. One of the things that I often forget to do is to sign my work, and especially to put the date on it. And I think it's really important to do that. So I'm going to sign this on the back. This is, the theme is Postcard Challenge. The theme is Favorite Places. And it's D.A. Kilty 6/1/26. Okay, now the other thing that I did was I pulled out another one of my favorite places. Is waterfalls. I love waterfalls. And this is a postcard just addressed, and it's, this person was ordering an approval selection of U.S. Christmas seals, okay? So handwriting is fun. I have this edge of this waterfall here was from a sheet of commemorative postage stamps. And I often find that I like the pictures that come around it. And this has the glue on it, just like the stamps do. So I can take this off, hopefully. Separate, please. My favorite separate. Sometimes you can pull on them. Sometimes you can twist them. My favorite is just to take a pin and see how it kind of goes in between the backing. Okay, now I can put this. I'm lining it up along this edge. And I just thought it was kind of fun the way this went over, extended where the stamps were, so it's cut away. This time I'm cutting off the edge. I may go back and sand it as well, just to save the texture on it. And of course, stickery things, you have to get into the trash or you'll find them sticking to you and everything else. Okay, so we have the postcard and with the waterfall. Now I have someplace here. There's a waterfall stamp from Rhodesia. Okay. And then I can just put other things in it. So here we have this bird on the fabric. See, that adds a really nice texture to it. And then if we take this is washi tape again, but it's coupons. So this is, I like to have vintage items on here, and the waterfall is both kind of a favorite place and, in this case, a background. So let's add, I'm looking for some text. So we'll put this here and in the background, and this like this. I think I'll go above it. And then this stamp with that, and I think that that's going to be my collage. Now, sometimes when I'm doing a collage, I go back and I let it sit, sometimes for several days. And I'll go back and I'll think it needs something else, so I'll add some stamping to it, or another little item to help it along. What is this stamp here? This one, so I have the torn edge on this book page. I have a straight edge across the top. This fabric adds a textured edge there, and I am overlapping the waterfall here with this. And then I'll put, now a lot of times what I will do is take a picture when I decide I have things where I want them. See, I'm changing my mind right now. Okay, this Rhodesia waterfall stamp, which the color is very close to the photo of the waterfall from the postage stamp. We'll put that right there. And then I want this, once again, I want this edge to stick over to the left past this, so I've got sort of a step edge there. And then that also allows the texture of the fabric on this side to come down. So I think I want something else on here. Again, washi tape. Especially when the edge sticks out, you know, if you don't know how old your washi tape is, it's a good idea to add some glue to it. So let's see. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I'm not going to glue down the very edges where we've got the strings that are coming out. I like those. I don't know who sent me this, this bird and stuff on the paper, but I really like it. On the fabric. Love stamping on fabric. I want something else down here. I want it covering up this edge here and bridging this a little bit. Not a shell. Okay. Well, we'll just add a lighthouse picture here. No, we won't. It's a dried flower. Now it's pressed. It's not in plastic or anything, so I do want to get a fair amount of glue on this to hold it down. Okay. I believe that's done. This here is kind of plain. I may come back and just add some things to that, but for right now, I'm happy with the way this looks. So I have 3 here to show you. I have this first one that I did not do on camera. Where's that lighthouse here? I think that I'm going to add this right down here. Just isn't done. And then we have this one, which we did. Again, it's a lighthouse, and I've enhanced it by adding these. This color is kind of like the blue in this shadows. And actually, even the stamping across here kind of reflects the texture you see in these lines. So I'm happy with that. And then I have turned this way the waterfall with a little bird with some rushes and some other things on it. So those are my postcards for June. I have to go back and sign these other 2, and I'm finished. Can't wait to see what you also come up with for these, for this challenge for this month, and I hope you have fun with it. Favorite places, my craft room. Thank you.